I'm living vicariously through you guys. I never got that. I never got the "You're so cool, Dad."
Well, as a dad, you are eligible to try out for the band, and maybe
I'm not
that could.
allowed to.
You're not.
Room
You're
six is my mistress. My wife and kid have already said you're not allowed to be in bands anymore.
all right. All right.
As it is, I come in room 6 and I edit.
You stay here and I'll be right back.
Welcome to Room 6, the channel dedicated to local music, wherever it may be, and the people that make it, including my guests. And my guests today are half of a 4-piece middle-aged band from Silverdale, Washington. They're playing 90s rock and their own originals, and they're another TikTok find. If you can think of an act, or if you are an act, and you want to be on the channel, please let me know. We'll talk about that in a minute. In the meantime, their album right now is a self-titled EP. Please welcome to the channel, Dad Band. Say hi, guys.
What's up? Thanks for having us, Josh.
No problem. And by the way, like I said, if you want to be like Dad Band and be featured on the channel, whether reviewed, interviewed, or both, hit me up using my email address down below or by clicking that Room 6 social media link. You'll find all the things I'm up to online, including ways you can support the channel should you so desire. It is the holiday season. If you know somebody who loves music, you want to pick up some merch, go to room6.shop. What else? Oh, yeah. And while you're down there, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. It really does help, and it gives me that little bit of serotonin that I love. Thank you very much, and I appreciate all of you. All right, back to you guys. That's my YouTube spiel out of the way. So, right off the bat, I'm assuming both of you are dads.
You nailed it, Josh. We both are.
Hey, me too. Welcome to the party, pal. Actually, before that, if you don't know who Dad Band are, thank you very much for watching. Go ahead and tell them who you are and what you do in the band and who we're missing.
My name's Steven. I'm the lead singer.
I'm Josh. I'm the guitar player.
And we're missing Matt Ventura, our bass guitar player, and Reed Herman, our drummer.
Nice. And why the name? You just couldn't come up with something else?
Our wives came up with it.
Oh, they got Dad Band tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're a band full of dads, and
Nice.
it does suit us well.
Well,
we've worn it for a few years now, so.
Yeah, right. Stick around. We're going to be seeing something from them, a music video, some musical offering after the interview. So stick around for that. And it's important you pay attention to their logo, which I'm going to put on the thumbnail. Future Josh, remember, put the logo on the thumbnail because Dad Band is a popular band name for men of a certain age. And people of a certain age. What do your kids think of Dad trying to hold on to his youth?
My kids, and I believe all of our kids, think we are rock stars. And
Wow.
you mentioned the serotonin hit earlier. It feels good when your kids think you are a rock star. We're not, but they think they're our biggest fans, and so our kids love it and they love the name. My son brags about it at school, and that makes me happy. And Josh, at one of our last concerts, you said you got a big high because your daughter came up to you, and what'd she say?
She just thinks it's cool. Like, she's proud and not embarrassed of me yet. So for a preteen, I'm pretty pumped about that.
As a father of a 17-year-old daughter, enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah.
I've had some, like, doing this in Las Vegas for over 5 years and then up here in the Pacific Northwest for the last year. I've been fortunate enough to have, like, in our kitchen, some acts that I was like, I can't believe it. And my kid just couldn't care less. Just really, honestly, couldn't care less. She's just like, hurry up, I need to make dinner. You enjoy that because I'm living vicariously through you guys. I never got that. I never got the "You're so cool, Dad."
Well, as a dad, you are eligible to try out for the band, and maybe
I'm not
that
allowed
could.
to.
You're not.
Room 6 is my mistress. My wife and kid have already said you're not allowed to be in bands anymore.
All right, all right.
As it is, I come in room 6 and I edit.
You stay here and I'll be right back.
Like that's it. There was a time before I kind of if you've ever been on the channel, I have an online scheduling calendar where I highlight dates that I have available. Before that, I let it get to where I was doing 4 interviews a week in the kitchen with other people, like wanting, like as soon as dinner was done, I was hurrying through the dishes, cleaning up the kitchen, kicking everybody out, and it got tense, man. But it was like, I'm sorry, this is, and I finally had to like slam the lid down and say, couple a week at the most, please.
Yeah.
So that's a little behind the scenes peek there.
Yeah. Well, that's a real thing for us. We're not professional. Like we haven't quit our day jobs, and we're dads. So scheduling things, scheduling practices and gigs is pretty challenging for us. And that's one part of our identity, really, is putting our families first. If we all say, "Oh, we got a great practice day," and then the drummer says, "Oh, that's my kid's birthday," we don't say, "Come on, just practice with us anyway. They're going to have another birthday next year." It's always family first. Of course, man, we'll schedule another one, whatever you got, your kid's baseball practice or your daughter's recital, whatever it is. So that's important.
You mean you guys aren't the default birthday party like music?
No, we've unfortunately have not got on the birthday party circuit.
I was just like, that's your practice. Go play the party.
So the noise complaint issue is following us everywhere we go, and it's hurting our birthday party credibility.
Hey, as long as that's the only problem you have with birthday parties for children.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right.
Yes.
Well,
tough with that schedule thing is it's awesome to balance everything, but it also means we're slower. So it takes a normal band like a week, might take us 3 months or, something like that. So when we're working on a new song and we're only practicing, like getting to practice together, once every few weeks or once every month or whatever, like it can kind of drag on. But thankfully all the groups, like all the guys are really committed and work on stuff on our own. So even though we're only getting together every now and then or gigging every now and then, like we're pretty diligent about practicing and working on stuff. And it's really cool when we do get together.
Yeah, the performance or the rehearsal is like the reward. It's like the fun part. This is, you new musicians out there, I've said it before on the channel, rehearsal is not when you should be learning your materials, not when you should be practicing. Rehearsal is to practice together and to like figure out your intros and your exits and all the little things that you are part of songs. But you shouldn't be showing up trying to learn a song at rehearsal, because then you're just wasting everybody's time.
Yep.
Especially in this age.
It's a big part of the fun, actually, for me, and I think for most of the members, is practicing on our own and having lots of time to do it. If we go a month between practices, I'm not bored. It's more time to practice and perfect the parts, and then we get together and play a cover on we play it great on like our first time through, and it's like, wow, that was awesome. It's a lot more fun, actually.
Definitely. There's always that little bit of, well, check this out, and pulling it out of your pocket. So, all right. Yeah. Well, I want to move on to one of my more usual interview questions. In fact, it's usually the first one I ask, and you OG Room Sixers know what's coming. We'll talk about your earliest musical memory. And by that, I mean, or influence. And by that, I mean, do you remember a moment where you said, I want to do that?
I'll go. I've just there's something about music I've always been drawn to. It's always pulled me in. I got a radio when I was little, like second or third grade, in my room, and I remember asking my dad, can I just listen to anything? Because there's all these radio stations, do the knob. He's like, yeah, you can listen to anything. He's like, just because you hear it on the radio doesn't mean you should do it in real life, but listen to whatever you want. And from there, I had a chance to play music in elementary school, and so that kind of started me on my journey. And then once I heard Nirvana, that was there's no coming back from Nirvana, and that sent me down the whatever path I'm still on today. How about you?
I don't have a earliest memory I can point at, and I still don't really aspire to be a lead singer as my main job or anything. So, for my love of singing, just starts in church. My mom led worship on the piano, and she played the piano at home a lot, and we would sing. And so I've always been singing, and I love being creative. How I joined the band was, uh, well, just being creative. I had made a video on Facebook with me rapping Dr. Seuss with my sons for a bedtime
Nice.
story. And then our wives are in a bunco group, and Josh's wife was talking to my wife and all the wives and said, my husband's got the start of a band, but they're looking for a lead singer. Anybody know anybody? And my wife pulled up a video of me rapping Dr. Seuss. And for some reason, Josh and Reed said, yeah, let's give that guy a shot. And then I came over and screamed Rage Against the Machine songs in Reed's garage, and they loved it. So, anyways, singing started just in church and in my family. But being a rock star, that's just who I am deep inside.
Humble too. Don't forget humble.
Yeah, also very humble.
Important part of being a lead singer.
That's
I'm
right.
the most modest person you're ever going to meet.
Yeah, I will
Right
say
on.
my confidence has suited me well in life, and especially for, like, just thinking I could do that. How hard could it be? And trying it out, and then realizing, hey, that wasn't half bad. If I practice, I could be a little better.
Yeah, I had that little moment too, because growing up, it was, I was in choir, and uh, I went to, when I first started college, it was going to be double major in dance and business marketing. That lasted one semester. I did not do well in either, and then over time, it became I was a voice major, and I realized I'm learning like pedagogy of the 20th century grandmasters, and I'm like, I just want to sing, like I just want to perform. I don't want to teach. I don't want to, get like a master's in this stuff. And so I had that moment of, with MTV and VH1. You see, kids, there used to be these things called music videos, but I had that moment of, why can't I? Why not me? And I had started kind of messing around with a guitar and writing songs about a girl and all that jazz. But yeah, it's important to have just a little bit of self delusion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, Josh, you mentioned the dance major. Just like you're going to put a video of us up.
Nope. No, God. Nope.
Later,
Nope.
I think for your fans, like the ones who have liked and subscribed and been following you for a long time, you'd be willing to put up a video of those dancing days?
I'm gonna say no. I honestly, I'm just egistical enough that I might, except they're all in VHS tape. I don't have like a way to convert them.
I think there's a way.
Oh, I know there's a way. I just haven't done it. Nobody needs to see that. This is like preteen at the oldest.
How many comments will it take?
It will take. I would need the channel to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I just hit 760 yesterday. So
Hey,
make it happen, internet.
About that possibility now.
Yeah.
Make it happen. 240 if you subscribe. I'll figure out a way, and you'll see me dancing around in tights and interesting outfits.
It just sounds delightful already.
I was good, man.
I believe.
Yeah, I got a tap solo every recital.
Wow.
Yeah, just hands. Anyway, so, but enough about me. This is about you. And I want to switch over from earliest musical influence. I want to talk about how many shows do you guys actually get to play, would you say, in a year because of your schedules?
I'm going to say 6, 7.
Please don't do that.
We're dad bands. Got dad jokes and kids in middle school, and they're gonna look at this interview and they're gonna say, "Dad, that was so funny when you did that 6-7 thing."
I believe the word you're looking for is cringe. And as I mentioned, I have a 17-year-old daughter who cannot stand whatever the current trend in linguistics is. You want to see her dry heave, say skibbity. you know, it's like no, she hates, like, especially when dad, 53-year-old dad, tries pulling out, like bet lit
I love that.
based. Anyway, but enough
Keep
about
it up.
that. Let's get back to you.
That's
So,
pretty accurate, though.
the reason-
Yeah,
Sorry,
I mean,
what?
we need
That's
6 or
accurate.
7.
6
I
or
mean,
7
maybe
shows.
like once a month when we're doing good. We had a good run at the end of summer here where we had like, I think 3 in the course of a month, or 3 in 6 weeks, but we're usually not that fortunate. I don't know what your other guests' experience are, but it's hard getting gigs. So, yeah.
It's hard getting, it is hard getting gigs, especially when you have a full life. If all you're doing is doing music, then it's kind of like your job. So you're trying to get like the most or the best gigs you can. And I've had it all. Like, I've had, dads or older that are just, doing it to keep their hand in and to, have fun and try to not lose the spark of creativity and the love of music, of making music. And I have, kids still in high school I've had that are amazing songwriters, or they're putting out just rocking shows, and they're just doing it because this is all they've known. They haven't had that. Yeah, I work 40 hours and then I try to find some time. They're making. I know multiple acts that make a living. Their day job is cover band, and then their actual, what they love, is a whole other type of band. Like, we're doing top 40, and then over here we're doing pop punk kind of thing, and they're making it work, and good on them. Like, they're paying the rent with like 4-hour live streams where people are throwing money at them, and I'm in the single digits for views on my live stream. By the way, Saturdays, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm doing a live stream called Room 6 Radio over on the Purple app, over on Twitch. And basically it's me kind of just chilling out, playing games, featuring some act that's been on the channel, and I'll spin some of their music while we're chit-chatting. I'm going to be I'm spinning some of these records, and while I do that, I'll be doing some projects. So check it out at Room 6 Radio. That's Room 6 and Radio. And I'd love to see you in the chat. That's my pathetic plea into the void.
Help you, Josh, is if you renamed it Room 6-7.
You can edit that out.
Josh, I need you to be my wingman here at one Josh to another. I need you to reach your hand out and gives him on the back of the head.
I gotcha. Going back to that cover band thing, so we started as a cover band, and we still are. And I personally had a little bit of a hard time with that cover band identity. Like, am I a legitimate musician if I'm just playing other people's songs? And so we can go into the history of the band a little later, but we started off as just like, let's get together, play a show, have some fun. And there wasn't really a plan beyond that. And then it kind of turned into something, but we were mostly doing these cover songs, and I enjoyed it, but I felt weird about it because I like to think of myself as a musician and have some creativity. And then we recorded this EP, and really proud of it. And it's really come full circle because the cover band gets us in the door. It allows us to play places. It makes people interested in what we're doing. And then it gives us a chance to play the stuff, our original stuff. And so I like covers as much as anyone. But yeah, I've really come full circle on that, and I respect the cover bands out there. And I mean, we've done the 3-hour or the 4-hour bar gig doing covers, and it's not an easy thing to pull off. Like, it's one, you need a lot of skill. It takes time. It takes energy. So yeah, much respect for the cover bands out there, especially if you're using that to sustain or drive your original stuff.
Definitely. No one started out playing original music because you didn't know how to write a song. We all had to like figure out covers first, and that was cool. You're like, oh yeah, XYZ song, whatever, and then your influences start filtering in, and you're like, I got something to say, but I don't know what I want it to sound like yet, and that's just part of the process, man. And so yeah, I like you, I did the 4-hour cover shows. And I went through my period of like, no, man, I'm not going to sell that. I'm going to be original alt rocker or whatever, indie rocker. And let me tell you, there's something really nice when everyone sings along to the music you're playing. I had a cover show and they're dancing. And as soon as an original comes out, they're if you're lucky, they're paying attention. So yeah. All right. From there, the reason I ask about, performance is I was wondering if you had a favorite show memory, like a most memorable moment from performing as dad band. And it could be where things went way off the rails, or you checked off some rock star wish list things, or the drummer went to jail, whatever. What do you got that's like this one time story?
All right, I'm gonna give you two, but it's mostly one. Our first show, we had a great crowd because we shared with all of our friends. We've got a band, and we're having our first show at Crane's Castle in Bremerton. Great crowd came, kids came, and then our closer, our last song was "Smells Like Teen Spirit," and all the kids were into it. And I took the moment. I said, "Kids, it's time for you. You're old enough now. You need to learn how to mosh." And so we taught this
Nice.
out of 20 kids. And they all had a little mosh pit with me in that brewery, and it was delightful, and it's my favorite memory. And it kind of set a little bit of our identity as a band to be kid friendly, and I enjoy introducing 90s rock to kids and teaching them the joy of 90s rock. Another favorite memory, just for Josh, is a memory of Josh. I forget what gig, but he, I think it was "Smells Like Teen Spirit" once again, and he just leaned in with his guitar into the amp and created all sorts of feedback, and I could see he just didn't care about what the rest of the band was doing, what anybody else wanted. He just wanted to rock out by creating feedback really loudly, and it made me happy to see Josh so happy. Josh, what was your favorite memory?
It's very sentimental.
It is kind of sentimental.
So I like all the less sentimental parts.
Yeah.
No, I like, like live shows, random weird stuff happens. So sometimes in the moment, it's not fun. Sometimes at the end of the show, it's funny. But we had something earlier this year. We were playing a charity event, and it was at a country club. We were like masters of playing the oddest venues, especially for the genre of music that we play. So we were playing this country club, and we had two things happen in short order. We got a noise complaint, which is very common, as previously stated. So this guy comes up to the stage, and he's jumping and looked like he was really into it. So then we were really into it, like, yeah, this guy's like liking us. And he comes up close to the microphone, it's like, oh, he's kind of close. And then he yells at us to turn it down.
He didn't yell.
He was some kind of staff member asking us to turn it down, and
like a caddy at the golf course.
So then we were kind of still reeling from that. Maybe the next song later, we're back in our groove, doing our thing, and our bass player Matt is off to the side. Matt's a tremendous musician. Him and Reed both are tremendous musicians, and he's doing his thing on bass. He's also our tech guy running sound, and this lady comes up to him. It's like, oh, what's that lady doing? And she yells at him, hey, what's the time? And he didn't know how to respond.
It's in 4/4.
She went to the right person in the band to ask what the time was, because Matt had the count and everything. But yeah, this lady in the middle of the show is like asking him what time it is while we're playing our song. So that made me laugh. But I think the coolest thing, if we got time, I'll just keep talking. We we play this. We have a great friend of mine, of ours now, Eric, who throws a party on Vashon Island, and we get to play that party each summer. And so we were doing our usual thing, got our covers, got a couple originals, and that set in particular was fairly heavy on Foo Fighters. So we played some Foo Fighters songs, and one of the songs in there was "All My Life." Classic song, everyone here knows "All My Life." So we finished our set, and Eric's like, "Hey, do you want to, like this guy wants to talk to you or whatever?" So he makes this introduction, and we were talking. And this guy's like, "Yeah, you guys sounded really great. Good, you did awesome on the Foo Fighters. Like, totally nailed it." And we get to talking, and this guy is clearly from in the music industry. He's kind of he references Soundgarden. He knew the guys from Soundgarden, and you're in the Northwest. Like the people from the scene are around. I'm not going to say they're like totally accessible, but they're around. You'll find them, and get to talking to this guy a little bit more. And I'm like, "Hey, what's your name? It seems like I maybe should know you." He's like, "Oh, it's Adam." I'm like, "Okay, what's your last name?" He said, "Oh, my name's Adam Casper." So Adam
Wow.
Casper was the recording engineer for the last Nirvana session, and then the producer on a couple Foo Fighter albums, but notably a Grammy-winning album that had "All My Life" on it. So we had played this cover with Adam Casper attending, had no idea, and then we got to meet him afterwards, and then he connected us to another guy, Robert Lang, from the recording studio. But yeah, just through playing our cover songs, I end up in this conversation with Adam Casper. My daughter's there with me, and he talks to her about playing piano and stuff, and it's just like an unreal experience, and just a totally cool, down-to-earth guy, all from this band. That never would have happened to me without the band.
That's so awesome, and that just goes to show that whatever you do on, put everything you have into it, leave it all on the stage, because you never know who's watching. You may end up that being like the next guitarist or singer or whatever for a huge band that is looking to replace someone, and you never know. But good on you. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Stick around. We're going to be seeing like a musical video of some sort from the band after the interview. If you want to know more about them, hit up those social media links down below. Swing by a show. Tell them Room 6 sent you. Speaking of shows, we were just speaking of shows, but Silverdale, how far is that from Vancouver, Washington?
Vancouver, we're like 3 hours probably. Yeah, 2.5,
so
3 hours.
Basically Seattle, kind of.
We're like
distance.
Straight line from Seattle, but across the water. You got to either drive around or take a boat from Seattle to get to where we live. Other side of the sun.
Any plans? I know this is a big ask with your guys' life and schedule and everything, but any plans to come to Vancouver or Portland to perform?
Not at the moment, but if you can get us a gig, it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. If this was Vegas, man, I have practical, or I'm dating us all, a Rolodex, but I have practically a Rolodex of places that you could play, assuming they're still open. But I'm still learning my way around. I only have been to a few shows here, and they're both in Portland, of course. Vancouver doesn't have a lot of live original music going on. But yeah, all I could say, all I could do is exactly what you would do, which is hop on the internet and start making calls and reach out, that kind of thing. But yeah, I just, if you find yourself that you're going to perform out anywhere in Vancouver or Portland, let me know and I'll come to the show and I'll cover it for you. Okay.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. We'd love that.
I love doing live show reviews. It's an excuse to go to a show and lets me pull out my camera and pretend I'm a photographer, and and I make review videos and check out venues I haven't been to before maybe, but it just makes me feel more in the scene than this internet thing, Yeah. All right, a couple more questions, and then we're going to check out whatever it is we're going to see on the musical offering. Wanted to ask kind of a weird question, but do your kids play any musical instruments or do music? And if so, is it like, how involved are you with that? Or are they kind of like, I got this, Dad, I got this?
Yeah, both
That's a
of our
good
kids
question.
are doing music stuff, and
Not
my
mine.
son just started. All I did is I got an acoustic guitar and I put it in his room, and I waited, and then all of a sudden he's playing a bunch of songs, and then I hear him trying to figure out Seven Nation Army, and he comes out, Dad, 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 look what I can do, and then I put a keyboard in his room, and now he's playing Rush E on the piano, and kind of teaching himself, and then I signed him
Wow.
up for actual guitar lessons, so he's definitely into it, and then my other two kids are also just starting. They're going into his room where the instruments are and playing on them and singing with him. And it's made my heart so happy to see my kids start to have their musical explosions early in life, kind of unlocking that part of their brain.
Man, I'm so, first of all, well played, sir. I wish I had thought of that. We tried lessons. I started taking musical lessons at 7, so we tried at 7, and she would go, but she really wasn't like digging it. She was really, it wasn't her. She was like, I want to do the things I like to do, but I don't need to be good at it. I don't need to take. I don't want to take lessons. I just want to dance when I feel like dancing and sing. And to this day, you can always like, you can tell when she's cooking because she's singing. She's got headphones on. Who knows what. So to us it sounds like she's caterwauling because we can't hear the music, but she's dancing and she's singing and she's having a good time. But there are times, as someone who studied dance for 10 years and someone who's performed for many years, you're just like, are you sure? Are you? But you can't make them into who you think they will want to be. They have to let
Right.
them be who they are. Yeah. So, how
Oh,
about
there's
you,
a tough
Josh?
push and pull there for sure.
Yeah.
Tell us about your kids, Josh.
Yeah. Well, really quick, I want to answer for Reed. So Reed's got a son who's kind of like casually working on drums. Reed's our drum player, and then he's got a daughter who I believe is in guitar lessons. Reed and his wife both, I think, met through marching band in high school and at the University of Oregon. And then our bass player, Matthew, I don't know that his kids are playing right now, but his wife plays piano or keys. So the family's got a lot of stuff going on. And then with mine, my daughter plays piano and then has started doing trombone this year in middle school. So that's been a new thing.
We got to find a 90s rock song with a trombone in
Yeah,
it.
we started looking at Sell Out with Real Big Fish, like get some ska music going.
Sweet.
And she
I
needs
mean,
a
any
little bit.
ska with the trombone, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then my son does play guitar. He's done his school talent show. He started it in first grade and played "Come as You Are" as a first grader, and he's done it every year since.
The same
do.
song, like every talent show?
A different song.
Okay, all
yeah,
right.
yeah, a different song each year. So, but yeah, I mean, I should have led with this. I'm not like a great musician. I think if you hear our songs, I'm proud of our songs. They're pretty cool, but you're not going to mistake me for Jimi Hendrix or Van Halen or anyone's guitar idols. I'm just a normal guy kind of hammering away at it. So I don't feel like I'm in a great position to teach him. So we did do lessons, and then it's kind of like a standing offer. Hey, if you want to work on something, I'm happy to work with you on it. But yeah, practicing, doing the usual parent thing, like, hey, you got to be practicing if you want to get better. Yeah, we do that. That's normal.
What I've been delighted about recently, I will see how long this lasts with my son and his music. But so he's got the instruments in his room, and then I just cut off video game time, and he gets so bored that I start hearing him singing, and playing instruments. And so I'm like, wow, this is working. Like, less video game time means more practice on his instruments. And so don't tell him I've noticed that trend, because he'll play it back on me. But
Don't let him watch this video.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you know his son, no, you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah, exactly. Don't talk to him about this trick. It's all mind games. That's what parenting is. It's just
Yeah.
psychological mind.
For a long time, I was retail, and I was retail management in various levels, and being that prepared me for being a parent to a certain
Yeah,
extent, because you have to be like always thinking, what's the worst that's going to happen? How do I get in front of it? What's my game plan? It's like playing baseball, and you're like, if the ball comes to me, where am I going? And uh, I always like to say, like, being a parent has made me a better manager, and being a manager has made me a better parent. But there are times where something will come out of that kid's mouth, or some decision will be made, and you're just like, where was this? It's like
yeah,
my daughter, over the last couple of years, she's a senior now, and we're looking at, colleges and stuff, and hopefully going to be getting in. And it's gone from, I want to be an artist, or a geophysicist, and to um, a historical fashion restoration. Like,
so cool. I love
how,
all
but
that creativity.
but like, I don't know, what books do you like, how do you even, and
Yeah,
so at some point we had to just be like, all right, kid, whatever. And I didn't know till I was 19
yeah,
that I was any sort, like, till I knew kind of who I was, and that was, I'm a performer. That's when I'm most me.
right.
And it's I didn't start getting into music until I like went to college, really,
Yeah,
or senior year of high school. So I can't expect her to be just like, this is me. I'm going to be just like dad.
yeah.
Yeah. Don't be like dad. So
They'll probably, like, I don't know, double major in, what was it, dance and
dance and business marketing. Yeah.
business marketing, and then decide not to do either of them.
Yeah.
And
Well, I flunked accounting the first time, and also 7 a.m. bare feet, wooden floors in San Diego. They're cold. So yeah, those two things combine, you're like, oh god. Yeah, it didn't last long.
you got cold feet.
That Yes, I got cold feet. Where's the drummer? I also, coming from, like, fairly structured, family life, to, there are TV lounges, and that I have access to them 24 hours. This was a huge deal.
Yeah,
I remember watching Simpsons on the Tracy Ullman show. Okay, instead of studying, or sleeping, or partying. So, all right, last question. You made it. Yay! Like I said,
throw
stick
a curveball
around.
here.
What was that?
Throw a curveball at us. We're ready for all your questions.
Well, if it's a curveball, it's more of a boomerang, because we're going to actually circle back to that earliest musical influence question. We're going to hop in our little time machine. We're going to go talk to little you that said, I want to do that. And what is one thing that you wish you could tell yourself? And you guys both kind of have this experience teaching your children, or telling them about it. But what is one thing you wish you knew before you went down this twisted, weird road that is making music? And don't say change your strings.
Oh, I mean, I have that, yeah, right off the bat. I was like a bedroom guitar player for years, for decades. Just never thought like, oh, this is fun, but like, why? Like, I can't be in a band. Like, I'm not good enough to be in a band, or my these songs aren't gonna do anything. So I would tell my earlier self, or what I try to encourage my kids to do, is like, don't self-regulate, don't hold back, like, just go for it. I mean, this band has just been like so much fun for the last coming up on 3 years, and I won't say it's a regret, but I absolutely wish I would have done this way sooner.
Yeah.
Now, my job prospects might not be as good, because unlike you, I would quit my day job tomorrow to do this full time. But yeah, that's it. Is like, don't hold back. If it's something you're into, just go for it. And anytime you put yourself out there, like, something good is going to come from it. Either some cool opportunity is going to happen, some cool experience, or you're going to learn something. Even if it doesn't go well, you're going to learn something. And so, yeah, don't be afraid and just go for it is what I would have told myself and try to impart on my kids.
Yep, couldn't agree more. Next.
Awesome. Yeah. Man, Josh, if you would have started 20 years ago, you could have been like Jimi Hendrix and our band would be more successful.
You mean dead? Didn't you
Good
hear?
thing.
He died.
Didn't go down that road, Josh. It's a good thing. Oh, man. So I got the same answer. I wish I would have done this earlier. Any cover band, I wish I would have done more music things, mostly for what Josh said, because it's an outlet, a creative outlet that enhances my whole life. It's not something I want to be my full-time job. I like my full-time job. I see this more as a really fun hobby that pays us sometimes. And I wish I would have embraced this hobby earlier and stronger, and done this in college and been a part of a few cover bands or other bands and just had more fun with my life than I did until now.
I mean, probably if you're watching this channel and subscribe to R6, like you probably already get that creativity is an important part of life, but I think there's a lot of people who don't recognize the value or importance or all the other aspects of life that benefit from pursuing some sort of creative outlet or developing that creative skill. So this audience probably doesn't need to hear that, but there's probably plenty of other people that do.
It's never too late to start. And if you're watching this and you're not in a band, just listen to your dad band and get in a band. Do some musical fun things with your life.
Gather around, kids. Let me tell you a story.
Exactly.
Right on. I couldn't say it any better. So thank you very much for being on the channel. Thank you for watching. Stick around. We're going to see that musical video from Dad Band, and then we'll catch you in the outro. In the meantime, we will temporarily say goodbye, and we'll see you in a minute.
This is another original. It's called Dad Drives. Pack up your things now, kids. We got a ways to drive. We got some sights to see while we are still alive. No, we can't stop and wait. No time to take a break. Hold your beat deep inside. Limit your fuel intake. We're gonna get there if hell freezes or it burns. Strap your butt down real tight while I rip round these turns. Dad dreams, Dad drives, Dad knows we're getting there tonight. Dad works, Dad tries, Dad hopes it's gonna be alright. I know this isn't the life that you wished you had, but it's the one you got. And guess what? I'm your dad. Why do I push so hard? Of course it's hard on me. Take your complaints to God. He chose your family. Sometimes I can be rough. Sometimes I am unkind. Two things will never quit. They are time and my grind. Dad dreams. Dad drives. Dad knows we're getting there tonight. Dad works. Dad tries. Dad hopes it's gonna be alright.
I want to thank Josh and Stephen from Dad Band for coming on the channel. It was a great interview and an awesome music video. If you want to know more about them, hit up those social media links down below. And if you want to see more videos like this, please click up here. If you want to subscribe, click over there. Don't forget to ring the bell. And if you want to hear my own music, click over there. Remember to be amazing, and we'll see you next time on Room 6. Say goodbye, guys.
See ya.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum.